got to get so damn complicated. And where the rumor come from that I might be saying, have faith and love you, please. Not the end of all.
Recorded live from the engine room in Broad Ripple, this is the Voices of Indy livestream hosted by Josh Gillespie. Voices of Indy is a show dedicated to giving you the opportunity to know the musical, visual, and theatrical arts of Indianapolis, Indiana. This week's guests are the indie pop band, the Arc of Etheline, and they are basically the Royal Tenenbaums of indie pop. And I'm excited to get on with this conversation. But first, our today's episode is sponsored by Indianapolis Independent Entertainment. IIE LLC's goal is to help grow local DIY artists, freelancers, and businesses within Indianapolis and generate more paying creative opportunities. Their mission is simple: to establish a network of creatives who excel in areas of need and connecting them with other network members. This way they can help to expand the local art and music scenes. IIE believes that by eliminating some of the intimidating barriers within the entertainment industry, more opportunities will be produced for local freelancers and businesses. This will help Indianapolis become the place to go for art and music in the Midwest. If you are interested in learning more, go to their website, www.indyent.com. That's INDYINDIEENT.com, and fill out a free application to discuss how you and IIE can redefine making it together. And like I said at the top of the show, my guests this week, guests, plural, I got a bunch of people in the studio today, is the band The Arc of Etheline. Andy, Allison, and JR. Folks, welcome to the show. Thank you for being on.
We're excited to be here.
Thank you for having us.
Oh, you're welcome. I want to thank Andy especially for reaching out. He hit me up on Reddit, of all places, and we had both basically been on Reddit for maybe a couple days.
Yeah, it was the first post that I ever saw on Reddit in my life.
It's always a joy getting into new forms of social media, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, at this age,
this worked.
It totally worked.
Yeah,
absolutely,
let's do
it
more of
worked.
these.
Yeah, so I'll ask you guys the same question that I ask all of my guests. Tell me about the Arc of Etheline. Who are you guys? How long have you been a band? Where are you from? So, Allison, would you like to lead us off?
Sure. So we are all from here, from Indianapolis. Except for Dave Dalton, who's our drummer, who lives in Albany, like very near to Muncie.
Yes.
JR and I started, we played together a long time ago in college, and then sort of reconfigured he and I in
Whatever year the Cure was at Tonic Ball, the Cure stage at Tonic Ball was kind of the genesis.
I think it was 2017.
Right.
Okay.
The fall.
Okay.
November.
Yeah.
After a couple drinks, watching a bunch of people play music, we were like, why aren't we doing this?
Right.
So he and I started, and then brought Andy and Eric Brown in the spring, and then played since 2018 then, and then Eric left about a year and a half ago, and Dave Dalton, who also plays with Legion, he's a super metal-y drummer.
That is a complete opposite to what you guys do.
Yeah.
It's great.
It's awesome.
It's awesome playing with him.
Yeah.
He
amazing.
adds like an intensity to the music. Every once in a while, he'll throw in some double bass, and we're like,
no way.
Yeah. I mean, I grew up on Suicidal Tendencies and Slayer and Testament.
Yeah.
And so hearing that double bass, like, it's nice. It's a nice.
I mean,
it's not like he does it all the time.
No, sure, but
every once in a while, you'll be like, what just happened?
That is fun.
Can I expound on what
Yeah,
you
Cool. No, you may not. No, we're moving on. JR. No, please, go ahead.
So we were all at Ball State at the same time, and they were in a band.
All three of you?
Yeah, all three of us were at Ball State at the same time.
Dave was actually playing up there too.
Dave was in Legion at that time.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, they've been around for a while.
Yeah, they have been. They're fantastic too. Everybody should check them out.
Oh, sure.
So these two played in a band called Goaty Fish, and there were three bands at Ball State that were like, for me anyway, I couldn't miss a show.
Yeah.
And it was them and Neurotic Box and Dry Rhythm Caustic. And so I never met them.
They're so nice. That's a nice story.
I loved them. Never missed a show that I know of. But I never introduced myself to them ever.
Oh, really?
So in 2018, I ran into Allison at the Melody Inn,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, "That is that Allison Walters?"
Mm-hmm.
And so I asked her, and it was
Yeah.
like 30 years later.
Wow.
Yeah, having never met, and luckily she wasn't like, "This guy's super creepy and he wants to play sax in my band." By the way, when they first started playing, it was her on acoustic and him on upright.
Oh, really?
So when they brought
Nah.
me in, they actually brought me in as the sax player.
Wow.
And
That,
then-
talk about a different kind of sound. Now, I noticed on your EP that there's some sax. Is that you playing?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Indy's got the hardest load in, 3 different instruments, a big heavy amp, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Dave
it's,
probably, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a toss up.
I was
Dave
gonna say,
wins.
have you seen the meme? I've talked about this a lot with some of my friends. It's one of my favorite memes going on right now. It's where you see the band walking in, and first you see the bass player, and he just has his his bass and his amp, and he walks in. Then you see the drummer pushing his cart of drums. You don't see the lead singer because the lead singer doesn't carry anything. No offense.
They're still at the bar.
And they're still at the bar. And then you see the guitarist pull up in a semi truck, just backing it in.
That's pretty accurate.
Oh man,
I can't have a coupe.
No, you can't. No,
Gotta
good
have an
for you.
SUV.
You gotta. No, you're at minivan is probably the smallest you can get.
Minivans. I love minivans. I'm probably the only man in the world to admit that he loves minivans, but I love them.
You get the seats out in the back. You got all the room.
No, it's great.
No,
They're-
it's a
They
good.
ride like a car. It's
They
great.
do. No.
I like Sprinter vans, and they're kind of like the modern minivan.
Sprinter vans.
You know?
are dope.
Oh yeah. No, you can
That's
deck
a good
out a
tour,
Sprinter
yeah.
van.
Yeah. You could put a kitchen in there.
Yeah.
You,
Heck,
yeah.
you could do that to a bus these days. Have you seen what people do to like just school buses?
Yeah.
That is nuts. Yeah.
Do you
it's-
know Kaplinger's fish and chicken, fish and
Yeah,
something, whatever?
Shaylin, 71st.
Yeah,
and
so
Shaylin, yeah.
they have a retrofitted school bus that they use as a
Oh, I did
truck,
not know that.
food truck.
Nice.
Really?
I passed them on the way here. It was it's
That is a huge food truck.
a huge food truck. It's a lot of fish.
That is a lot of fish. I mean, imagine all the deep fryers you can get in that thing.
Right. They had 2 propane tanks on the back that were, I don't know, that tall probably.
Oh my word.
Yeah, so they probably have several deep fryers.
Yeah, I'm guessing so. See, I tell you, we talk about anything on this show.
No, it's great. I love it. I
Yeah.
love Kaplinger's.
Yeah, no, that's fantastic. My goodness, I have not seen that. I'm gonna have to check that out. Man. So you guys kind of formalized things in 2018. After being a fan of theirs for almost 30 years.
Yeah.
You finally get to meet them in person and start a band. What was that like?
It was awesome. We
Well,
were
not, I guess
actually-
start a band. You joined a band.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's funny that it went from a weird 3-piece
Mm-hmm.
to what it's become now. It was great. Like I've always looked up to them, and they are so much older than I am. So I've always looked up to them like,
Okay.
Here
Wiser.
Yeah, there we go.
did you say Wiser?
Yeah.
Weisenheimer.
Weisenheimer. Exactly. JR, what's been your experience, I guess, playing at Ball State all those years ago to now, still playing in a band, getting to jam out at the Melody and other different places. Like you guys played Tonic Ball this past year, didn't you?
We
Mhm.
did.
The revitalized Tonic Ball.
Yep.
Yes. Finally.
Mm-hmm.
It's great. I kind of got out of the whole music thing. I, like a lot of people, I got married and got a career and didn't have time. I always had instruments laying around, but not
Mhm.
necessarily time to get out, write music or play with other people. And then finally got to the point in my life where I had time for it again. And
Mhm.
it was one of those shocking things where it was like, God, I have missed this. I didn't realize how much I needed this,
Mm. Yeah.
just for quieting the voices in your head, I guess, or sanity, whatever you want to call it. But
No, I hear you. And I love the sound that you guys have. I mean, I said it was indie pop, but I mean, there's still a part of it that kind of even takes you back to the 90s a bit. Like,
Sure. Yeah.
I don't know why. I was actually listening to your. I always like to do my homework before I do a show. So I was
Good.
listening to your guys' EP again today. Actually, I listened to it a couple times just because I enjoy it so much.
All right.
But there was like almost like a Cardigans-esque kind of feel to some of the songs, not completely. I think honestly, it was your voice, Allison. It kind
That's
of.
such a compliment. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I love her like sense of melody and those really tight, kitschy songs that they.
Yes, and that's
did.
and I feel like that's another way I would probably just. You guys have a very tight sound, but it is kind of kitschy, but it is something that made me feel almost like, because I'm a '90s kid.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know, I was in college in the late '90s.
Mhm.
So hearing you guys made me feel like I was back in college.
Nostalgic. Great. Were you bonging a beer and weed?
You're like, I'm not as smart now.
No, it was like a feeling of home almost.
Nice,
I'm
I
just,
like
you
that.
know, it was a very enjoyable, very comfortable feeling. I was like, I dig this.
Cool.
And
Thank you.
you're welcome. And I mean that because I mean it was, and all I have are those 4 songs to go off of. So you know.
No, because I'm like, I can't listen to anything we record, and particularly, like, I think half of that, we don't even play 2 of the 4 songs anymore, because I just
Really?
can't.
Just one of them.
Just one.
Just one.
Just one.
Yeah.
I don't even know, because I can't listen to them, but that's my own issue.
She
It's
did one of
fine.
the songs tonight.
I know, it's fine. I like performing them, and I like being in them,
Mhm.
but I don't like getting out of that and looking at it. I should.
Gotcha. No, I hear what
should,
you're saying.
because it
I hear
would
what
be
you're saying.
really informative and probably make me better, but I just can't do it.
Well, Johnny Depp doesn't watch any of his final movie cuts.
That's something we have in common.
Yeah, you and Johnny Depp.
No,
I've always suspected it was something.
Has anybody ever pooped on your bed?
Oh boy.
No.
Just the cats, but
Hopefully we'll take the cats to trial.
Yeah,
A lot of
they'll
cat
deny
meetings.
it, but
right,
Oh, they
right.
will.
They only meow too,
Yeah.
so there's that. But
Cats are so mean.
cats. Yeah,
You know, when we recorded that EP and we did listen, you know, we're listening back to it on the mixes and everything. I think one of the words that was thrown out a lot was sentimental.
Sentimental.
Or like very
I can't-
90s sentimental.
Nostalgic.
Yeah.
So
I can hear that. I can
But-
hear that. Well, I say I enjoy all 4 songs.
Good.
Yeah,
What's your least favorite?
of them.
Uh-huh.
Well, okay, hold on. Are you really asking me? Is
I
that
am.
is that
Yeah.
a legit question?
Is
Yes.
the camera rolling?
The camera is rolling. All right, fine. I mean, only 4 to choose from. That's not even fair.
What's your favorite?
What's my favorite?
Yeah.
I really do enjoy Blind.
Yeah, good. We should probably play that today.
You probably should. No, that's just honestly that's
I'm
just,
thinking, wait, didn't we?
yeah.
You're like, we forgive her. She's always tired.
It's after the commercial.
She's always, I know, she's always like 3 steps behind.
I honestly don't have a least favorite.
Okay, cool.
That was a diplomatic answer.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. I spent most of my career in politics.
Ah.
But
You seem so honest, though.
thank you.
Yeah,
Well, you know that's probably why I'm out of politics.
probably so. Probably so.
But no, seriously, I do enjoy this entire EP. The sax always kind of takes me by surprise.
Cool.
I'll admit.
In a
'cause-
good way.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Because okay, so again, when I'm thinking like if I'm thinking of the '90s sound, and if there's a sax player in a '90s sound, well, it's either ska,
Mhm.
or it's maybe occasionally a punk band, maybe, but mostly ska,
Sure.
or Dave Matthews.
Oh.
And what?
Okay.
Okay, you may not like Dave Matthews Band, but you have to admit Leroy Moore was a tremendous sax player.
Probably.
Probably.
I don't know. I don't know.
Okay.
I
He's since deceased.
I think it's funny that with Andy being able to play sax, he and I share a mutual favorite band in Morphine. If you really look at it.
yeah.
And we have yet to.
Why am I not included in that? Because I love Morphine
Okay,
too.
but Andy and I always geek out over it.
you need to geek out.
Even
for
though
how
he's
this
dead,
works.
but
It's
Oh,
always surprised me
R.I.P.
that we
Mark.
don't have more saxophone for how much we love that band. But
You know what also kind of struck me? This isn't an exact comparison, but it also kind of made me think of Squirrel Nut Zippers.
Oh, yeah.
Really?
In some ways,
I
not
see
all.
that. I see that. I also played guitar on that track, and the rhythm that I use on there is kind of a ska. Like, in fact, the engineer was like, "Can you do that ska guitar part again?" And I was like, "What?" Yeah. So it's kind of like it's upstrokes.
Yeah.
Um,
No, exactly. And
I can see that.
Was Medeski, Barton, and Wood?
Oh man, I love them too.
Did they have a sax player?
No,
No? Okay.
Medeski's organ, Martin is drums, and Wood is bass.
Because I'm trying to think back to because I the only time I saw them was at the '97 Horde tour.
Yeah. Which was
Deer
Morphine
Creek.
was Morphine on that tour?
Yeah.
Morphine was on that bill.
Yeah.
The side
They were on the side stage, but
Yeah.
Medeski, Martin, and Wood
Yeah.
was main stage.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
I got
think
to
was
meet
watching
I
the
got
side
to meet
stage.
Morphine.
You got to meet Morphine?
Yeah, man. And I was wearing a Jack Kerouac shirt, and
Oh,
they had a
perfect.
song that was on a Jack Kerouac compilation.
Yes.
And so they were like, "Dude, we love your shirt." And I was like, "I love your band. Sign this."
Oh man, I that's incredible, and I'm glad that we can actually kind of reminisce about some of these old
Sure.
bands that have long since passed. Many people probably don't even like who the heck is Medeski, Martin, and Wood, or Squirrel Nut Zippers, or any of these, and
Go listen to them.
absolutely go listen to them, especially go listen to Morphine.
Yes.
Go listen to some Morphine.
We talked a lot about I really like the Cars, like that early '80s too, where like how they use keys
Oh,
and
yes.
like television, how the sax was used there. Yeah, I like that sound too.
Yeah.
I don't know what that. I mean, super poppy,
No,
but
that's
vintage pop.
yes.
I guess now the Go-Go's before they got super poppy. I
Yeah,
like that sound
and I think
too.
that's honestly, I think that's probably, maybe that's not what you're going for, but that's kind of the
That's-
feel.
That's exactly what I think of when,
Okay.
when we're writing songs. Cars, Blondie, television.
I could hear Cars as well. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely could hear some Cars. I dig the Cars. So that'll take some people back. Listen to the Cars.
Yeah. Yes.
Listen to Morphine in the Cars subliminally. And television.
listen to Morphine in your car.
That's it. Here you go.
Or listen to the Cars on morphine.
No.
No,
No.
no,
Don't do drugs,
no,
kids.
No, definitely don't do that. Oh, so okay, I'm going to totally switch gears here, because if you're watching this, you're looking at my guests, and you're like, is Jason Sudeikis in there? And I know JR is a dead ringer.
Dead ringer.
Dead ringer for JR. How do you take like all the people rushing to you asking you for autographs and everything?
Well, it's hard work, but someone's got to do it.
Okay.
And that
So-
someone is usually me.
Yes. So the one. No, seriously, I was mentioning this earlier as we were setting up for this, and I'm listening to you talk, and I'm thinking, Andy sounds like Jason Sudeikis. Like there's some similar inflections, and it's like, is an episode of Ted being filmed out in this outside of the studio? I mean, what's going on here? And you kind of have a visual resemblance of him as well.
Yeah.
So, do you get that a lot?
Yeah. Yeah, constantly. It used to happen on a daily basis.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's cool. It's fun. It's fun. I like it. First
He's a
time.
cool dude.
Yeah, I love him. I think he's great. I love Ted Lasso. I even like Led Tasso, if you've watched the show.
I have actually. No,
Okay.
that's right. Yes.
Yeah, the first time I was in a training class at a job a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
He must have still been on SNL, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And the trainer was like, "You look like Jason Sudeikis." I was like, didn't really know who he was.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and he was like, "Can I take a selfie of us together to show my wife?" It's like, "Sure." And then I worked at Angie's List, and it was daily. Like people would walk past my cubicle and be like, "Jason Sudeikis." Yes, I get it. So anytime anyone comes up to me and says, "Has anyone ever said?" And I'm like, "Jason Sudeikis." Yes.
Okay, I'm sorry to do that to you. I mean, if you feel like you're getting it daily, oh gosh.
I'm not getting the residuals though.
Now that
That's a bummer.
is
Right.
what you need to be focusing on.
I know. I need to move to Vegas, and instead of being like a Superman impersonator, I need to just walk around as Jason Sudeikis.
Yeah,
Take pictures
or just
with
Ted
people.
Lasso.
Yeah, Ted. Yes, yes. I think that works.
Yeah, just get
I'm
your.
quitting the band, guys. I'm moving to Vegas.
Well, take the band with you. The band can play in Vegas.
Oh, right. We
Right.
could busk.
That sounds great.
I'll be Ted Lasso, and you guys can.
Be ourselves.
Yes.
We could get a gig at like Caesars as like the Pixies tribute act or something like that. You know,
Nice. If there was anybody ever doing a Pixies tribute act, don't see that happening very often, but I'd see that. I'd see a
I'd see
Pixies
that
tribute
too.
act. Yeah.
Although I don't want to see somebody try to look like Frank Black.
No. Sound like Frank Black, that's fine.
Cool. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Look like Frank Black.
He kind of looks like Matt Penfield to me. You guys?
Oh.
Matt Pinfield.
He was
Oh,
like a
he's
DJ.
Headbangers Ball?
Yeah.
Is that
Oh.
MTV?
Oh.
Yeah, we are going back. We are pulling everything
We're
back tonight.
old.
Man, we are so old. That's cool. We're still rocking. You can rock into your 40s, kids.
Yeah.
Or 50s.
So old.
Oh, I forgot.
I wanna circle back to the music though,
Yeah.
real quick. So you guys are working on some new material though, aren't you?
Mhm.
And you guys are wanting to get back into the studio. What are the plans there? What are you guys working on? What can you share with us, me, the people watching?
I don't know. It's kind of top secret, right? Classified information.
Oh, it is? Okay.
No, we
I'm sure I could find those documents at a president's house.
easily.
Yeah,
Yes,
former
yes.
president's house.
We're current.
Absolutely.
Apparently.
We're old and current at the same time.
I guess that's just something that you can do.
Yeah, apparently. Yeah. So no, but you guys are working on some new material though, right?
Yes. Anyone?
Anyone want to talk about it?
I think we've dialed into the songs that we actually want to do, and we're doing pre-production work and just dialing them in.
How many songs do you have?
Oh God,
I think there's going to be 10 on the album.
yeah.
Okay.
So we have a show on March 3rd, and then after that we're
Big plug. Where is it? Yeah,
it's at the
please,
Melody
Steve.
Inn.
Thank you. Plug it.
Also playing is
The Montana Wild Hacks.
in Ronin Ghost.
Very cool. All right.
So after that show, we're really going to be focusing on the pre-production, and then once we're done with pre-production, we're going to get into a studio. And
That's exciting.
yes.
So
It's a long time coming.
it is because the EP did that come out in 2021? Is that when it came out?
No, I think
Mhm.
2019.
2019.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Mhm.
What does
It was before COVID.
2018, June 6th, 2018.
So it was right when we got together.
Yeah.
Wow. Well,
Yeah,
one,
so-
that's pretty incredible that you guys could put together something as soon as you got together, practically.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, it was March. I joined in March, and then we recorded that in June.
okay.
So it was like revamping all of the songs
Right.
too, because
Yeah.
it had just been
Mhm.
acoustic and upright.
yeah.
So all the songs were slow. And,
Really slow.
And melodic. And
yes.
here comes this guy with his steel guitar. Not steel guitar, with your resonator
My
guitar.
resonator.
Yeah. You play a resonator on this thing. I don't see a lot of people pulling out a resonator.
Can I tell you a story about that guitar?
Please do.
Okay. Do you guys feel like I'm dominating this? I'm sorry. You guys will have I mean, spotlight's always on you, so it's my turn.
You could tell I'm really attention seeking by how the night's gone.
I mean,
Gigs up.
we put you in center for a reason.
Right. She does talk.
No, she does. No,
does.
so tell me the story about the resonator.
Yeah, so my grandpa asked me what a resonator was called because his somebody at his church played a resonator, and he was like, I just love the sound of it. It's really my favorite kind of guitar.
Really?
Yeah, and I was like, well, that's cool. And then he passed away, and my grandma passed away, and I bought a resonator. And
that's
so
so
you'll
cool.
see on the top, it shout out to my daughter Isabella. She painted Betty June on it,
Mm-hmm.
and that's my grandma.
Oh,
So I put my grandpa's favorite girl on his favorite guitar.
oh.
So that guitar is very special to me.
Man, you were tugging at the heartstrings with that story. Yeah, a tear. Oh, no, that is a very cool story. And do you guys have any cool stories? No, No, but seriously though, that's very touching. That's a very nice homage to your grandparents.
Yeah, yeah, they were great.
Very cool. Very cool. Will that be making an appearance on the new album?
Probably not. Although we haven't talked about this, but let me lay it on you real quick.
Oh wow. Okay. Breaking news.
Breaking news. Sometimes on electric songs, if you put an acoustic on there, it sounds more like percussion, and we might try that on a couple songs just to see how it.
That's why we do pre-production.
Exactly.
That's right. Yeah, that's what
Exactly.
pre-production is for. Well, no. Still, that's incredibly exciting. About how long do you think pre-production is going to take you, and what songs are probably you most excited about for this upcoming album? Because I assume you've been playing some of these out.
Oh yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
we have a song called Blue that, back in the days of hit singles and everything, I would say it's probably the hit single for the album.
Yeah, I agree.
And then we have just kind of a really fun little poppy punk song called Alouette. I think it's tons of fun to play live, and I'm excited to hear it.
Allison, you speak French. Are you singing
I'm
in
a
French?
French teacher, just the chorus.
Really?
Yeah. I don't typically do that because I don't know, but it just came out that way.
That is so cool.
So, yeah, it's good. I'm a language teacher, yeah. So comes.
Yeah.
I guess it comes up.
I mean,
or it did.
It's always nicer to hear the romantic languages sung than it is to
Right,
say
than something. Yeah.
some of the other harsher languages.
Yeah. No, it's it's not a ballad though.
Oh, it's not. Okay.
No.
It is not.
Oh wow.
It's
Okay.
one of our
No.
faster songs, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
You bust out the French for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, just the chorus. Yeah.
That's so cool. Anything?
You'll actually find a lot of the new songs on the album are kind of have a punk edge to them.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Really? What would you say have been your influences as a band coming into this album cycle for you?
You always have good influences.
Oh God. So influence for me, not you wouldn't hear it in the music style, but in like the upbeat approach that we have with a lot of new stuff would be like LCD Sound System.
Okay. Yeah.
Definitely not like electronica rock or anything, but like with some of the stuff I wrote, I have this ongoing thing that nobody dances at rock shows anymore. And I want people to get moving a little bit.
Okay.
So it's kind of like kicking the tempo up a notch or something. See if we can people doing more than the arms crossed.
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm guilty of that.
Oh, I am too.
Me
so
Me too.
but-
Yeah.
I'm a back row guy all day.
All day.
But I'm also kind of tall, so I'm conscious of that. I don't like being in front of people. It makes me feel
You're the
bad.
guy I'm behind every single concert I attend.
Well, be glad you're not behind our
Every
drummer.
single- Oh, is
Yeah.
he super tall?
6'9".
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, he wouldn't fit in here.
No.
Hey, Dave, we miss you.
No, yes, Dave, we do miss you. Wish you were here. Little Pink Floyd action there. Anyway, so tell me a little bit about the songs that you guys do play for the performance. What are the songs? Well, I mean, we've kind of spoiled it for one of already, but what's the name of the first one, and what's the story about it?
Love Letters.
Oh.
Oh, the songs that we're
Yeah,
Yeah.
that we are going to be playing here in a
yes,
little bit.
yes.
Love,
Don't ruin the surprise.
Love Letters. I wrote the music, or I wrote the music too.
You wrote the guitar.
I wrote the guitar line for
Okay.
Love Letters and sent it to Allison, and she had her guitar in her car when I sent it to her, and so she like wrote the song in her
No
car.
way.
When
like-
I was waiting for my daughter in gymnastics. That's just how life is right now. It's just like.
But you
like
had your
for
guitar in the
10 years.
car while you were waiting for your
Yeah.
daughter? Is
She's
that
a
an opportunity
musician.
to practice?
No,
Oh.
I'm certain it was not. It was probably it was probably left in there from I don't know what, which is
Okay.
terrible. No, it was just more like, but I write much better if I play too. I have a really hard time if someone's like I can't. So I
No, I
need
hear
to
ya.
be. I have to be able to like if one of them writes the actual chord progression or something, then I have to teach it to myself and then write it that way.
I feel like Love Letters, out of all our songs, came together really fast.
Really fast.
Really?
Because you guys did the thing, played it for me once, and that bass
Like
line
5
just
minutes.
like literally came to me like after hearing it twice, and then
Yeah.
it was
That's
like, well,
so
the song's
cool.
done. It's like
It doesn't always
It
work
does-
like that.
No, I know. I trust me. I know it
Yeah.
doesn't. So that's so cool that it did.
And some of them are like months. In fact, there's one that I mean, sometimes they just have to not be finished.
Yeah.
Sometimes they need to go.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that as the last one because I was like, I can't do it, but it just is like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did I write that on ukulele or did I write it on guitar?
I can't remember. I
Yeah.
can't remember.
I don't either.
Well,
when you do listen to it, I love the lyrics to it because it's just, if you know Allison Walters, and she's singing, about giving you anything you want, and it's just like brutally dripping in sarcasm. And the more you know her, it's just so amazing and perfect that
Nice.
she's singing
are.
this.
nice.
I'm glad you recognize the sense of irony.
I would be willing to bet you've never been a secretary.
I've never been a secretary. Never been a secretary.
Well, tell me about Blind, since that's the very first song on the first EP. I mean, and that's another one that you guys do perform here
Later.
maybe, yes, a little bit later. What's the story there? I mean, so that's coming out. You guys have been together just a few months, and
That's the first song that, like, I wrote that in my classroom when I was in IPS.
oh, you did?
Yeah, when like at lunch.
I remember
And it was really slow.
really slow. Like
Really
I found an
slow.
old recording of just me and her,
He was
and
playing stand up on it.
it's like probably halftime compared to what we're doing now.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
So
I know.
it was
And there was a
just-
cajon in there.
yeah.
Ish, I think. I
Ish.
don't even know. But
Some form of hand percussion.
Yeah.
But it was totally different. And then when Eric and Andy came in, they're like, why don't we kick this up, and it just worked.
Yeah.
It just worked. So
That's so cool. Well, we are going to take a quick break, and we are going to listen to the Arc of Ethylene perform the Royal Tannenbaums of Indie Pop in Indianapolis. And we'll explain that here in a bit. But stick around. We'll be right back after this quick performance.
Anything you want, anything you might need, I'll wait on you like a secretary indeed. For anything you might need. Oh, why's it always got to get so damn complicated? And where the rumor come from that I might be saying love bites, love bleeds, nothing at all. Love bleeds, love bites, love bleeds, nothing at all. Love bleeds. Ba-da-da, da-da. Ba-da-da-da, do-do-do. Ba-da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da-do. Do-do-do, do-do-do. And why's it always got to get so damn complicated? And where the rumor come from that I might be saying love bites and love flames, nothing at all. Love flames, to go. I know which way is true. But lately I've been second guessing all I thought that I was missing. And at the end of all of this, there's you. Ooh, blind to the color of the sea. Oh, 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 blind to you and me. I know which way to go. I know which way is true. But lately I've been agitated, so much underestimated. And at the end of all of it, there's you. Ooh, blind to the color of the sea. Oh, 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 blind to you and me. Ooh, blind to the color of the sea. Oh, 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 oh. I know what I must do. I must cut myself from you. But how am I supposed to get on with so much of me that's lost on me and nothing, him and her and you? Ooh, blind to the color of the sea. Oh, 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 blind to you and me. Ooh, blind to the color of the sea.
And welcome back. This is the Arc of Etheline. And we just heard Love Letters and Blind. And guys, I love the music. I love that you gave us a taste of what is coming, even though I know that you've been playing it out. And a taste of the past.
Yes.
So what are you looking forward to most this year? And I asked that just as I remember thinking, I need to get back to that Royal Tannenbaums thing. But what are you looking forward to most this year?
I'm looking forward to recording.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been a while since we've been in the studio together.
Mm-hmm.
And right now we're kind of touring different studios
Mm-hmm.
and trying to figure out the perfect fit. And once we get in there, I'm ready to find the sounds.
Yeah.
Dig deep, be the brush.
Yeah. Get into it. Yeah. Allison, what are you looking forward to this year?
The same, I think. It's been a long time. And I actually really, the second half of like our set, like what was written in the last year is what I like.
Mm.
And like, I feel like our sound has evolved and it's got a lot more edge to it. And I like that.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I like that. So I want that preserved. So maybe I'll be able to listen to something that we do. That's my goal. That's my goal.
You all should listen to what we do. Don't listen to her.
No, seriously, their first, excuse me, got a frog in the throat. The EP is good.
Thank
so, but I appreciate that you're kind of heading into this kind of a pop punk direction. JR, what are you looking forward to this year?
You know, obviously the studio. I look forward to playing live more. I mean, I think that's my favorite thing. I do like going to the studio, but you know, playing live's where it's at for me. Just getting that emotional response and
Giving everybody the bass face.
Bass face, and
He's got the best bass face.
Oh.
They'll have to get on the Facebook page to find that. I'm not doing it here.
Or come to the Melody Inn on March 3rd.
That's it. Yes.
See it live in person.
See it live and in person. You guys have any other gigs coming up?
That's it. We wanted to stop there so that we could get into pre-production.
Okay.
I am in surprise. I'm in talks with a couple festivals, like smaller festivals in Indiana.
Yeah.
For the summer, early fall.
Oh, cool.
I think there's a couple places in Muncie that want to get us up sometime in the spring, that maybe April or something we might be looking at, but
going back to the old stomping grounds.
Old stomping grounds. So
Allison doesn't look excited.
I don't mean to sound negative. Would be fine never revisiting that space.
Did you not have fun in college?
No, I didn't really. I'm sorry. Was that like not what I No, I didn't. I mean, I did, but I don't have fond memory. I have fond memories of like the friend space, but not of the space.
I hear what you're saying.
It was like sort of wasteland-esque. I feel like there.
A lot of
the people weren't, but the town at that time, like
there wasn't a lot.
No.
There wasn't a lot here. Anyway, you know what I mean. It's changed. I mean,
Indiana has evolved quite a bit in the last 30 years.
For sure.
In some ways.
Yeah.
So okay, I've said it a bunch of times. Where does the Royal Tenenbaums, the connection, come from? So it's actually in the band name, correct?
Yeah, it is. Etheline is the name of the mom in the Royal Tenenbaums, and the reason that happened is because when I first heard what they were doing, I was like, wow, this sounds like a soundtrack for a Wes Anderson movie. And so when we were thinking about naming it, we were like, all right, let's name it something Wes Anderson-ish. And I think Eric came up with Etheline, the first drummer. He came up with Etheline, and I was like, all right, let's have 3 words in there. And we actually have 4 though, right? So not just one.
2 articles, 2 words and 2 articles.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. So I was like, well, let's think about Etheline's life as an arc, and then it became the Arc of Etheline.
Oh, now that is clever.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. No, and I hear that kind of that Wes Anderson-ish, even in the EP, that kind of vibe going on. And The Royal Tenenbaums is a great movie, and I'm surprised I did not pick up on the reference myself. But that's cool. And you guys are, I will always now refer to you as the Royal Tenenbaums of Indie Pop.
That's perfect, man.
Yeah.
I think
we'll take it.
I think we'll refer to ourselves as that from now on. We need a better color designer. So, although we do kind of match.
You guys are matching pretty well tonight.
We didn't even talk.
Just what I wore to work.
Me too.
But Wes Anderson has like great
too.
colors,
Yes,
so
he does.
so
Yeah,
stylized.
Mm-hmm.
And we actually talked about having a photo shoot where we use the color palette.
Oh yeah, the Wes Anderson palette.
Yeah, of one of the like Darjeeling Limited.
Yeah.
I think we talked about. So maybe that'll happen sometime. We've been talking about it for 4 years. 5 years.
So maybe sometime.
Yeah.
Allison, you're a teacher.
Yes.
Do your students know that you're in a band?
They do.
What do they think about it?
Well, and they're like, Miss, play me a little thing for me. And I'm like, no.
No.
But then I'm like, I keep being, because we have footage now. I mean, I'm not very tech savvy, but I have footage now. Nor do I really like rewatching myself or anything. But
I feel the same way about stuff that I do.
It's embarrassing.
It can be, absolutely.
It's like,
I
wait,
get it.
what? Seriously?
Yeah.
But no, I don't. I'm really pretty upfront. I just haven't played any recordings yet. I probably will by the end of the year. I mean, they're young. Like if I was I taught high school for a long time. I feel like with those guys, they're more like actualized people. Where middle schoolers, they're still,
They're figuring things out.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's this fragile space.
it is a very fragile space.
It
I
is.
have a middle schooler myself, and oh my goodness, it's a fragile space.
It is.
Definitely.
We had a fun show. What was about? It had to have been pre-COVID or something, where it was at the Melody Inn, and it was the last day of your semester, and like half of the township teachers came
Nice.
to the thing, and we're just getting their rage on after the semester. Like, ah!
Nothing like drunk teachers. Had a couple in high school.
During the day?
For sure.
Okay.
Faux show.
And where did you go to high school?
It was no.
No.
God rest their souls.
God rest their soul.
Just let them lie.
They weren't able to donate their livers.
Oh, well, okay.
Fortunate.
Man, it's for some reason I'm getting taken back to some sort of John Hughes scenario, I feel like.
I don't know why I was thinking John Waters.
Waters.
John Walter, yes.
You said, yeah.
John
saw
Hughes, little Ferris Bueller
Yes.
and Pastimes, Pastimes, but
16 Candles.
16 Candles, St. Elmo, not St. Elmo. Yeah, actually, well, maybe.
Well, there's a lot of movies he didn't do.
There are. There are more movies he didn't do than he did do. But I'm thinking of, for some reason, the name of the movie is escaping me, but it had the Rat Pack.
Club.
Breakfast Club.
Breakfast Club.
Yeah, I was like, I could see it, and it took me a second too.
Yeah, it's age. It's getting to us.
Yeah.
It's getting to us.
Okay.
So, I mean, the reason I can relate to all these things is because I have a brother who's 10 years older than me.
Oh, wow.
And a sister who's 8 years older than me.
Like,
and
that's the only way I can relate to this.
No, it's not the only way I can relate to this.
Because
it feels like home.
Yeah.
Because this is what I grew up with.
Yeah.
I still have very much had my 90s formative years, but I'm as much an 80s kid as I am a 90s kid. Just because of, the older siblings. Yeah. So, but yeah, I'm getting a John Hughes vibe, John Hughes teacher vibe from your experience.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes. Just, except minus Ben Stiller. Not Ben Stiller, Ben. Oh, the Bueller guy.
Ben Shapiro.
No,
Ben Shapiro.
Definitely not him.
Whoops, nope.
We're all forgetting.
He had his own.
He did.
He had a game show for a little while.
Yeah, but you know who I'm talking about.
Yes.
Yeah, the Bueller guy.
Ben
Stein?
Ben
Yes.
Stein.
Ben Stein.
That's it.
Ben
There we go.
Stein.
I know we're going to get it one of these days.
Yeah.
Okay, so what else do you guys have on your plate? What else can we talk about that we want to promote for the Arc of Etheline? Like, what questions am I missing here that I want to make sure that we touch on? Because I feel like, one, it's fun having 3 people on the show, and you guys have such a very unique sound that, and that's what I've been loving about doing this show, is that pretty much everyone I've had on has been very unique, and that's what I love about Indianapolis, is that there isn't like a dedicated Indianapolis sound, like I feel like there was maybe in the 90s. Like there was a specific sound I feel like, like a Midwest sound that Indiana had, but I don't think that there is that anymore. Like specifically, because I mean, who would you consider like your and I don't mean this in a gloating way, but like your musical peers, like, locally that maybe have a similar
like genre?
Sure.
So
yeah.
I don't know if diverse is the right word. We're just different enough that we can play with a lot of different people, and that kind of works. One off the top of my head, I think that works really well with us is Wife Patrol.
Yes. And they are great.
Right.
They're so good.
They are so good.
We are huge fans of their songwriting.
Yeah.
No,
absolutely.
Yeah. No, and again, taking you back to the 90s.
And they're all great people. So.
Well, that's cool. Yeah. That's very cool.
Yeah, if we ever did a tour with another indie band,
Uh-huh.
I mean, it would make sense to be them.
That would be
Yeah.
awesome.
I like playing with the subtleties.
Okay.
Spencer is a good friend of the band,
Mm-hmm.
and they're just a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
I love I love Phoenix on the Fault Line. That's a
Okay.
kind of a metal band.
Okay. Yeah. Feed it to me.
Yeah. Well, it's a metal band with a horn section.
No way.
Yeah.
I'll have to
that.
check these guys out. See, that's what I love about bringing people on. I mean, I'm learning so much about our city and what's available here
Mm-hmm.
that I had no idea even existed.
Candy Coated Dream also is a good fit with us.
Are they still playing?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
In fact, Mark Ortwine played with them recently.
Oh, nice.
Which
Indy's
anytime he
scene
plays.
is really diverse, and I think if I say one thing, I'll get on my soapbox. It's like, anybody listening, there's so much good stuff out there right now. Like, you call it indie rock, indie whatever, of just these local guys just putting out really top shelf stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And, I think the more people that know about it, getting to shows, getting on Spotify, streaming them, whatever, you just got to find that place. And, we talked earlier about Reddit, using like the social medias to get the word out and find those cool acts, because there are some just killer bands out in this city right now that
I 100% agree.
Yeah.
100% agree. And I mean, I mentioned to one of my previous guests that when I'm listening to Spotify, I'm listening to indie artists, local indie artists, and now, of course, he joked that, I probably don't listen to Spotify very often, but which, I mean, that's the cat out of the bag, is that I actually have Apple Music. So, but, I listen to local artists when I'm listening to, like, anymore. It's like,
Who are some of your favorites?
some of my favorites?
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of Emma Peridot. She is a pop artist, a young pop artist here in town.
Wait a minute. Yes, I know her. She recorded at the Pop Machine, I believe.
I believe so. Yes.
Yeah.
Now she is fantastic, and she's a tremendous person. I'm a big fan of hers. I have enjoyed getting to hear more of Joshua Powell's stuff.
Yeah, he's great.
He's great.
Have you heard his brother? His brother plays drums with Sarah Grain. Gosh, I love her too. Sarah Grain and the Billions of Stars.
Mm-hmm.
He plays drums, and he's got a great voice. Like, that is a talented family. Yeah.
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 No, it's for sure. I know he plays drums for Joshua.
Yeah.
Golly, I try to think back. Here's the funny thing. So when you look at my Spotify like recap from 2022, my first most listened to was a guy by the name of John Boyle, who's tremendous. And then Huxley, the band that records out of this studio, was number 3.
Oh, cool.
And sure, I may not listen to Spotify all that much, but I listen to Spotify enough, and I listen to those bands enough that they made my top 5.
That's cool.
And so I like listening to. I find now, if I'm going to listen to music, because I was talking to Joshua Powell about this, is like one of the struggles that I have. I don't know if it's because of my age. I don't know if it's because of my stage in life. I don't know what it is, but I have a hard time connecting with music the way I used to when I was younger.
Mm-hmm.
And
connecting with new music or connecting with music, period?
No, with new music.
Okay.
No, some of the stuff that I grew up with, I still have that. I'll still get those, shivers at certain parts of certain songs, and or there will be certain licks that I'll hear that just like stop my heart because it's just so good. But new music, and I'm much more of a rock person than anything, but I haven't been able to, I don't know. Today's rock it's hard to find good stuff, in my opinion.
Well, it's so saturated. I mean,
It
there's
is
so much
saturated.
out there to sift through.
It is.
So, I mean, I'm
Everything
sure
is
there's
saturating right now.
Oh, it's so
there's some amazing stuff out right now, but
The
Well,
band I've
there
been
is.
listening to a lot is Idols.
oh yeah, love
They're
Idols.
so good.
Who's this?
Idols?
Okay, tell me about them.
Oh,
Because I'm all about taking recommendations at this point.
British
So
post punk. I mean, it's pretty in your face,
Really?
but it's so good.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
It's just really good.
That's
Like if you want to scream your heart out,
Mm-hmm.
like they're a great
Yeah.
band to listen to do that.
Nice.
That's fantastic.
And one of their biggest songs is "Never Fight a Man with a Perm." Great song title. How do you beat that song title?
You can't.
I had a perm in middle school.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did you also get that picture-in-picture school picture thing going? One face looking the other way.
We didn't splurge for that.
Oh, okay. All right. That's too bad.
Speaking of things that we have going on, we actually have a Patreon account that we just
plug
started.
the Patreon.
Yeah, so it's the Arc of Etheline. I don't even know. I guess you go to Patreon, you find the Arc of Ethylene, and there we are.
Yeah. It's probably patreon.com/the Arc of Ethylene.
I believe that's what it is.
I have a Patreon, so I mean,
Perfect.
So
So that's pretty exciting. A lot of good goodies
Mm-hmm.
in there. From
So tell me, if someone joins your Patreon, what do they get?
well, it kind of depends on what tier they
Sure.
they go for, but there are things like live streams of band practices or songwriting
Cool.
sessions, monthly Q&As,
Mm-hmm.
breakfast or coffee with the band or whatever.
No way.
Yeah. And then there's merch and
Mm-hmm.
and stickers, postcards. Like if we're in a different city, we'll buy some postcards, send them out to people.
No way.
So
That
you
is
get
so
kind of
cool. A way to
hand-
connect with your fans in a different kind of way.
Absolutely. I mean, I think that's the whole thing about music is the way that you the way that you connect with the people hearing what you're connecting. You can play in your bedroom all you want, but the real magic happens when there's somebody facing you.
No, absolutely.
It's like all or nothing, Like you mess up, you just messed up in front of a whole bunch of people, but they probably didn't notice. Just carry on.
No, that's absolutely true.
It's
Yeah.
like walking a tightrope.
Yep. Well, is there anything else? I want to make sure that I didn't want to miss anything with you guys.
Nope. I'm good.
I don't think so.
Well, I have one last plug then to make.
Okay.
And that is for the very place that we are recording this fantastic podcast, and that is the Engine Room. And the Engine Room Recording Company is located in Broad Ripple Village, just north of Indianapolis, and they specialize in making your projects go. Podcasters, bands, audiobookers, rappers, singers, songwriters, and everyone in between, the Engine Room Recording Company has the engineers, the equipment, and the environment to fuel your projects. Check out Broad Ripple's recording studio by visiting for more information on their services, artists they've recorded, and gear they have at engineroomrecordingcompany.com. And be sure to visit their Instagram page by searching for @EngineRoomRecordingCompany. Andy, Allison, JR, thank you so much for being on the show. I really do appreciate that. You guys have
Thank
been
you.
awesome
Thank you for
guests.
It's a blast.
And thank you for performing.
Have we
and
done that yet?
You
We
have.
have, okay.
You have. Yes, you have finally done that. I do appreciate that. And I do appreciate. I am sorry that Darren,
Dave.
I am sorry that Dave could not make it,
Me
but
too.
thank you for the special performance that you guys did in
Our
his
pleasure.
stead.
Yep.
And so that is going to do it for this week's episode. Next week we will have JB Soul on the Blue News. Very excited for that. We just got a whole bunch of goodies coming, guys. So keep tuning in. More stuff is coming. We'll see you again next time.